Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this week's video. First time out in weeks. During the lockdown we stayed quite local to home, and around by where we live it's not the most photogenic place to be. It's okay, but you soon get bored taking photos of the same things every time after time. So we come out today, first trip out really in a few weeks. We've come up onto the Ridgeway hoping that it would be a bit quieter. It's not. Car park's full everywhere you look, but we've managed to squeeze our car in on the end of a row of cars that are parked on the side there, and we should be okay. Heading up the Ridgeway, like I say, and we thought we'd go to Devil's Den, hoping, fingers crossed, that it might be a bit quieter than Avebury. Avebury didn't look too bad on the way through, but the car parks are saying differently. So that's the plan anyway. Late afternoon by the time we get there, probably looking at long exposures, and it's just nice to be out really. Yeah, it's nice to be out somewhere different. So that's the plan. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll chat to you in a minute.
Take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new. Have you heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me every night. When I close my eyes, I see
Hi guys, so we've made it to the Devil's Den. It's quite a walk down through Fifield Nature Reserve. It's about 4 o'clock, something like that in the afternoon. So it's not the ideal time to be here, but it's the time we're here. I haven't got the time tonight to stay here for a sunset, although I think probably we could be in for quite a nice one. So long exposures are on the cards. For long exposure this time of day, as we all know, you're going to have to use an ND filter or two. So I'll probably get a 10 stop and a 15 stop onto the camera using the leaf filter system, and see if we can't get some dynamic shots of the stones and some moving clouds. So I'm going to get set up, and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so I just fired a test shot off, and that was a 30-second exposure at f16 ISO 50 using the 10 stop. So I've got hardly any movement in the clouds whatsoever, so I'm going to obviously have to use the 15 stop, possibly even the polarizer as well. Don't like using the polarizer because it sort of makes the sky almost look too blue and unreal, but I don't think I've got much choice really to slow that shutter down. I'm looking for probably a good 4-minute exposure, so I'm going to get the filters swapped over and get that underway. Okay, so I've just set that off as a 5 minutes and 20-second exposure using the 15 stop leaf filter. Now the clouds, just as we get here, actually are starting to disperse above us, but they're sort of all around us, so hopefully we should get something in the photo. And all the way down here they've been shifting quite quickly right up until the point when we got here, and now they seem to have just almost stopped dead. I was kind of hoping that there'd be a few wild poppies in this meadow, but no, unfortunately not. That would have really made the shot, but never mind. We have spotted a couple of poppy fields on the way over here in the distance, so I'm going to find out if we can get to them and maybe check them out next week. So just waiting for this one to cook, if you like, and see how it looks. Okay, so that was 5 minutes and 20 seconds. It was quite nice. I'll stick it up in a second. It looks quite nice, but I'm after a bit more movement in them clouds, so I'm going to see if I can extend the exposure a little bit. But above me has just gone completely clear, so we're going to have to give it 10 minutes for some clouds to come back across, and then maybe take another shot. I spotted a few of these big daisies that are around as well, and I'm going to see if I can incorporate that as a decent foreground of the stones. Probably won't be a long exposure because it's quite windy, a bit breezy. Not really windy, it's just breezy. And I'm going to have to raise that shutter speed a little bit just so they're nice and frozen and nice and sharp in the frame. But a couple of ideas, just need a bit more cloud to come across, and then we can take some more shots. Okay, so I'm going to take a chance on a real long exposure. I haven't done one this long before ever, so it's the actual Lee app is saying 10 minutes and 40 seconds now. I'm on I've got a 16 to 35 mil. I'll move you a bit closer. 16 to 35 mil lens on this 5DSR. I'm in bulb mode. I'm at f9 for, well, we're going to be for 10 minutes and 40 seconds. ISO 50 in bulb with the 15 stop leaf filter. I'm going to cover the back of the eyepiece, set this rolling. I want to make sure that nothing can move, nothing moves at all, or it'd be 10 minutes wasted time. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll come out. I've got some cloud movement behind it. I've changed composition a little bit to get some of the clouds over the back there in the frame. I'm up a bit higher. Mainly got the den in the bottom. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure I got the den. Yeah, I got it in the bottom sort of third, sort of here. And yeah, so that's going to be it for about 10 minutes or so. Fingers crossed, never done one this long before, so let's see if we've done that. What I have worked out is that the cap to the back of the actual lens actually works a treat. Probably not the most ideal thing to use, but for blocking light coming into the back of your camera, it actually fits onto the back of this perfectly. So that's what I'm going to be using to stop any light leaks going into the back of the camera. Got my cable release, which I'm just going to put like a loose knot in it, just so I can hang it on the back of the tripod once the shutter, once the photograph is, once the exposure then is underway. I can just hang that onto there, and there won't be any wind. And then fingers crossed, 10 minutes we have a photo. So let's get things fired up and underway. Okay, bulb mode, everything's set. I've pre-focused. I'm just going to pre-focus again, get it underway. So let's pop that off. Into manual. Onto there. Zoom. Good thing about this DSR is that you can get so close to the rocks. You've got like a 16 times zoom on it, rather than the 10 times zoom that you've got on the 5D3. So you can get super close. And that's just about tack sharp. That's good. So you can put that back into bulb. Put that back on the front. Lock in place. Everything's set. 2-second timer. Cable release. And I'll see you in 10 minutes. Just a picture itself, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I got the long exposure going. We've got about three and a half minutes to go, something like that. But what I'm worried about is that the sun's been going in and out of clouds. You can probably tell by the sun on my face now, it's come out from behind the clouds. So what I'm probably going to do is cut it short just a little bit. Instead of 10 minutes and 40 seconds, I'm going to make it about 10 minutes 20 because the sun's really bright. So you've got to adjust it for that. So by stopping it early, it may be a tad underexposed. It's just the luck of the draw really, but fingers crossed we should be okay. So a couple of minutes and we'll know. Okay, so we just got like a couple more minutes to go, and we're taking the shot again. So I prefer bringing the shadows up rather than the highlights down. I think you just get a lot more detail and a much better picture out of it. I'm sure I'll be able to retrieve it a bit, but I've started another one off. I'm going to stop this one about 2 minutes earlier than the first one, so about an 8-minute exposure, and hopefully that'll be a bit of a better exposure. The sun's just gone in again. You just got to allow for things like this. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that was about 8 minutes. That exposure is much better. but the clouds still aren't moving that much. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get today, which is a bit of a shame because the clouds were actually shifting quite quickly on the way down here. But at the end of the day, it's still just nice just to get out somewhere different, finally be allowed out into the countryside again is really nice. So I've got a couple of nice images that I'm happy with. So we're going to get packed up here and start making our way back up to the ridge and back towards the car. Now on the way up here we did spot some patches of poppies, so I'm going to hopefully keep the camera out and see if I can get some nice landscape images with them poppies in the foreground. So I did take some shots around this area with being attacked. Did take some shots around this area with the giant daisies in the foreground in portrait mode. Landscape didn't really work. So I'm going to pop them up in a minute as well, and I'll speak to you up on the ridge. See you in a minute.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last. Yeah, I do remember tears and the laughter. How could we fall so fast? Will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized. Be on our separate ways as we fade into grey. But I still miss the way you used to feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high.
Okay, so we made it back up onto the actual ridgeway itself. I really would like to finish this video off with a poppy shot. Look into the distance and you can see like the hills and that. It just seems so clear. It's amazing actually what a few weeks of not being able to drive your car and that does to the air. It's so clear. So I would really love to get a shot of the hills in the background with some poppies in the foreground. Now, we did see some coming up, like I said, down by the den, but it's just difficult to get to them. So I'm hoping that I can find a way through and perch myself on the corner of the farmer's field and take the shot. It's only that one that I'm really after, and then that'd be a really nice end to a really nice afternoon. So it's about a 2-mile walk, I suppose, something like that, back to the car. So we've got plenty of opportunities. Hopefully we'll find some.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. Did what we could, my friend, but now we're at the end.
Okay, so we've stopped on this brow, on this track part way up, and as you look over the field, you've got like almost curves in the poppies, and it almost gives you quite a nice leading line.